Hi, it's Cassie, and today we are on day 8 of Art Advent Live, and we are crafting our stash. And I am so excited for tonight's project. I don't know what we're going to do, but it's going to be fun. I already know. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Robin said, "Hello, Michelle. I love your art." That's so nice. Michelle's art is really beautiful. Everyone's doing such a great job with all of the prompts and all of the art they're sharing. Thanks for sharing in the group. I love to see it. If you're not part of the group, you can go to my Facebook page, Cassandra Louise Designs, and join Cassie's Collective. And folks are sharing what they're making. We're sharing our things every day. Hi, Robin. How are you? So today is Craft Your Stash day 8. Uh-oh. I think I just saw. Okay, I think we're okay. Have to keep an eye on the Wi-Fi, I think. Anyway, here we go. Today is day 8. We're playing with the gel plate, so that's really fun. And then the carved December prompt for today is plant. So I can't wait to see what you guys made. Yeah, I decided to do a cactus, so I'll show you that in a second. And let me just get things rolling here. Oh, hi, Carol. How are you? Thanks for joining. Let's see, I'm going to switch my screen. There we go. Okay, so I made a cactus and I wanted it to look like paper cutout kind of thing. So I left like a little border around it, but that's what it looks like when it's stamped. So yeah, kind of fun. I just did something a little bit different and I can't wait to see your plants. I'm excited. So here's my stamp and it's a pretty good size, about the size of the palm of my hand there. So, well, okay. Today is gel plate and we could probably do like 5 hours of gel plate, right? But we're gonna just play today. I can make a project or we can just play. I did use this the other night when we were doing acrylic, maybe. I can't remember for sure, but we made these tags and we used the acrylic, the liquid acrylic from um, Prima. So that's what we did the other night when we worked on this gel plate. I also kind of so what I want to say really quick is thank you, thanks, Robin. Um, Gel plates come in literally all different sizes and shapes even. There are some that are little, like they're circles or squares or scalloped looking, like gills or mermaid scales or whatever. There's all different shapes and there's all different sizes. So this one happens to be, let's see, 6 3/4 by 3.5. Okay. And I use this one a lot. It's a good size for a tag, so I've got these little tags here off to the side and it kind of fits perfectly for a tag. So I use it a lot for that. But sometimes I use it as a palette. So I will put paint on here or something, right? And then I'll use my brayer to like smooth out the paint or whatever I'm doing and then paint on the surface of whatever I'm going to make. So I just, we're going to play with this and make stuff, but I just wanted to offer like there are other ways to use your gel plates. And again, they come in all different sizes too. So there's circle ones, there's 8 by 10, 12 by 12. I have the biggest one I have is right here off to the side. I might just bring it out here and show you guys. It is ginormous. Let me see. I don't even remember what size it is. Hold on. I think it's 16 by 20, which is out of control. Look at it. It's the whole desk. This is all a gel plate, all of this. Whoops, sorry for shaking there. Let's see how big it is. I think it might be 16 by 20. This is a big boy. All right, let's see. Yeah, about just under, but yeah, it's about 16 by 20. So maybe we'll work on this one today because we can just do all the things on one, but I got to make some room. And I don't play with it enough, so let's just do it. The other one that's not quite this big, this can be a little bit much, if you don't have the table space also. I got this one because I thought it would be good for doing a lot of things at once, so you could put paint all over it or do different things and be able to just like work around. So I'm going to remove this because it's a little bit raised. I know. I'm changing this up mid stream here because I just feel inspired to use it now. So let's just do it. I'm going to move my rubber that I've been carving with. I really love this 10-pack. It's a nice container too. I can even put my carved stamps in here after. And this rubber lasts a long time. Okie dokie. Sorry, just making room. Oh, I can't wait. I think I'm going to make a video or a reel or something to show you guys like what the rest of my room looks like, and bring you along when I clean it because it is pretty crazy. Okay, there we go. I think that's a pretty good view. Let me know if it's too far. I can get closer. I just want to make sure this is nice and flat, and I don't think it is, so hold on. This side has paint on it because I don't want this paint to, I want to use that, at some point. So there we go. And there's a hair on here because my hair falls out on everything. So anyway, how's everybody doing? I'm getting set up here. Why don't we just check in? Let me know how's it going? What you got going on? What are you working on? I would really like to work with some moppers today because I think that would be really fun to use on the gel plate. And so I'm going to get a couple of colors out. Maybe some pink and green. Okay, and then, yeah, tell me if there's anything you want me to do in particular. So let me just get a couple supplies out. I got white paint. That's often a good color to use to lift. So I'm going to start at the very beginning and cover some of the basics because just in case you haven't gel printed before or it's been a while or whatever, then we can all just kind of level set and start from there. So sorry, I'm trying to find one thing. I've got bubble wrap here. Uh-oh, is it going to be an avalanche? No, good. Okay, all right, that's okay. So I've got some stencils, I've got bubble wrap. It's good to have some kinds of textures so that you can make fun, interesting patterns. That's important. And you can use lots of different mediums on a gel plate, okay? So we're just going to play here and there since we've got this whole big surface to work on. Gelly Arts just advertised a poster size gel plate, 18 by 24. That's amazing. I mean, this is 16 by 20. This is pretty crazy. I can't imagine having one bigger than this. That's so crazy, but very cool because you could make a whole print and then, put a big piece of paper down and pull it and actually have like a poster made. That's really cool. Another thing that could be fun is if you have a big piece of paper, or like even like a newsprint paper or those big pads for drawing or whatever, you could do that. And then you could cut it or fold it up to make a junk journal or something like that. So another great reason to invest maybe in a larger gel plate. Yeah, super fun. I highly encourage it. Okay, so let's just get started. I've just got this little brayer right now, so we're going to use that. It's a good one and it will be just fine. I'm just looking around to see what other things I want. I've got a bunch of paint off to the side here, so we can bring other stuff out. I've also got sprays. We have so much stuff. So let's just start with moppers because I haven't really done much with these. Let me think for a second. Okay, we're gonna go pink. I actually haven't used a mopper on a gel plate, so let's just see. I'm just gonna smush it around, splatter here and there. You can leave a pattern. You can leave like a swooshy kind of pattern like that and pull it up. or let it dry and then put another color over it, you know, that might be cool. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do one over here with just some polka dots. Another reason to have a big plate like this, you can try a few different techniques all at once. So I've got some pink down here, and I do need to wait to let this dry before I do the next thing. Okay, what else? I do have some paper. So you can use regular copy paper, definitely. And sometimes I do, but sometimes, oh, this is not the copy paper. Hold on. I'll talk about this one in a second, but first I just want to show you. I mean, not that it's just going to all look like white paper to you. Am I still here? It says it's reconnecting. I hope I didn't lose you. Okay. Let me know if you can still hear me. But anyway, so this is, it's a smoother paper and it's a bright white. And for some reason, it just pulls prints a little bit better, more crisp, more, not crisp, but like, I don't know. I think maybe because it's a brighter white and the surface is really smooth, it's a little bit more expensive, but I just buy one ream at a time and it lasts a really long time. But you definitely can use just regular copy paper that, you know, you use in your printer. It's totally fine. But, you know, just ideas, really. These are just ideas. So if you want to try something different, or you want to, my hair falls out everywhere, so I'm just cleaning it up. Oh, good. Okay. On my side, it said it was buffering a little bit for a second. So just making sure. Thank you for confirming. I do have some bubble wrap. So I'm going to cut some of this while we're waiting. Who has worked with a gel plate before and feels comfortable? Or just tell me your experience. Tell me your experience using a gel plate. Used it once, have one, never used it, don't know what I'm talking about, use it all the time. Where do you sit in that spectrum? Okay, we also can do some stamping. Well, let's just do this in a little bit of an order. This, I feel like this is going to take a while to dry. We also don't want to let's see. We don't want to use a heat gun on it. Don't use your heat gun on your gel plate. Okay, I'm gonna just do this for a second and try something. That's so good. This is a piece of wet media Duralar. I'm too impatient to wait for it to fully dry. I just need to play and try stuff. So I'm just going for it. We'll do whatever we do. Look at this. Oh, that's amazing. Even if you just do this. Now, if you took the mopper and just put it directly on here, you wouldn't get this exact kind of print. Do you know what I mean? So even if you're just doing one color, yeah, that's really great. And this is going to make a great journal page or whatever, or layered art piece. And you can put something behind it, you could put something on top of it, do another clear layer or whatever, and get some dimension. That would be really cool. And look, at we still have lots of paint left over to keep doing stuff. Carol said, love using the gel plate. Yeah, it's so fun, isn't it? So, okay, tell me then your favorite type of medium to use on your gel plate. Just acrylic paint. That's the most common, I think. But there's lots of different things you can use. Okay, let's see. What else? What else? I'm trying to pull a little bit of this paint up so it'll dry faster. Let's do a big piece. Oops, here we go. We get what we get. This is more wet media. I'm trying not to like smush it around just so it doesn't move, because I really like this pattern. Okay, it is starting to dry. Some of it lifted, but look at that. So fun. We're going to keep adding to this. I'll keep it off to the side. I'll put it up there. But I think we're mostly dry now. So let's do the next thing. What's the next thing we want to do? Maybe some yellow. Actually, let's brayer another color on. I have this permanent yellow, golden so flat. How can you tell it's Duralar and not transparent film? I have some, but the wrappers that tell what they are gone. Well, I know because I had it with I used it the other day, and I had it in its case. You know what I mean? Here, let me show you. Like, it came from this, so I know. That's the only way to know. So you definitely, if you've got some Duralar, especially if you have different clear materials, you really want to keep it in the packaging so you don't forget what's what. But if you just like had it out, there's no real way to tell unless you test it and try to do something with it, you know. So yeah, unfortunately, that's it. Michelle said, hi everyone, going to use my mini gel plate tonight. Wonderful. I'm so excited. Let me know how you like it. Carol, oh my gosh, I use paint, Posca pens, stencils, lots of stuff. Yeah, for sure. Okay, wonderful. Well, that's great. Okay, this is pretty well dry. That's still working on it. So we're going to get a smaller palette knife here. And I've got some of this yellow so flat. I'm just going to put it across the top, and we're going to brayer it across this whole thing, and then we'll pull a print. We're just starting simple here, just to sort of warm up, get everybody excited and, you know, moving in the right direction. I probably should get a bigger brayer, but yeah, it's fine. Okay, so we're going to pick up this yellow paint, and then I'm going to run it over. And the biggest mistake people make when they're first starting with gel printing, and I actually didn't get enough yellow, but the biggest mistake people make is that they put too much paint down when you're going to pull the print. And so you just, I mean, look at, I didn't have enough, I'm adding more. That's great. But it's easier to add more than it is to try to take away, to take away, or like to lessen the amount of paint you have. And you also want a piece of paper ready to go, because as soon as you put this paint down, you got a nice thin layer. I can still kind of see that pink underneath, or at least the pattern. Then you want to lay your paper down right away. All right. And then you just give it a good burnish all around. I let it sit for a minute. And generally I have a deli paper off to the side, so I can clean my brayer, but we're just working with a real big gel plate tonight, so we're just going to use that. Just a different section. So I got something chunky on here. I want to make sure my brayer is nice and clean. So there's nothing left. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's see. Wonderful. Ooh, it's looking really good. Oh my goodness. And you're going to notice, so if you notice in the beginning, I already had some paint and different things on my gel plate, and I never clean my gel plate fully, because you just get little like crusty bits. That's what I call them, but I love them. Look at this print. Isn't this amazing? And look at, I've got a little blue and dark blue and like looks like maybe Payne's gray or something from another time, and you just get some of those little like chunky little bits. I don't know, they're distressy, grungy artifacts kind of. Here, let me go sideways so you can really see. So now you have this print. You can keep adding to it. You could stamp directly on it. You could die cut shapes out of here. You could put this into a book and have it be like the beginning pages for a junk journal. There are a million different ways that you can use the gel print pulls that you make, but this is really fun. Very, very cool and exciting start to the gel printing process. And then as you go, you just excuse me, you just sort of lay them out to dry, and then when they're dry, you can put them in a pile. I have like a box that I keep all of my gel prints in. And then when I want to do a project, sometimes I'll use them for card making, or like I said, junk journaling, like really everything. Just anything you would use paper for. Honestly, you can use these gel prints. So this process is really just about having fun and letting go and experimenting and being curious and playing around with the things that you have. So I've got a little bit of yellow up here. I'm just gonna move it around so we don't waste any pigment. Okay, let's see. Next, we will just go with, well, let's see. Got a little bit of this left. This turquoise is super pretty. But I also just have some regular acrylic paint. I've got a bunch of Amsterdam. Let's see if I can get some out. We could attempt, let's see, I have to see if I have a paper. Do I have, I was going to say we could attempt a transfer. But one second, I have to make sure I have something we can transfer. But that would be really fun too. I think that's what people have the most trouble with. And I personally have had trouble with it too. I've had success for sure. But it definitely, the paint matters. The book that you're using. Oh, wait, I might have something. Yes, I thought I did. Okay. The magazine you're using matters. I found that a lot of the collage soup books work really well. So maybe we'll pick some black and white ones in here, and we can try some transfers too. Okay, so give me a minute on that. Like I said, there's so many things you can do with the gel plate. You just have to get started, and if you haven't used it before, then just start with a small one. Just get a little, like 5x7 or something. That's a really good size to start with. If you're going to use a stamp to make an impression on there, would you do it when the paint is wet, and would you do it on the first layer? Okay, so that's a good question, and that brings up sort of the how the layering process works, and when you pull a print, how it's going to look. So I know I'm going to play more, but I think it's really helpful if you can understand like how this works and why we do it in the order that we do it, so you can have more success. Okay, so Robin's question is, if you're going to stamp to make an impression on there, do you do it when the paint is wet, and would you do it in the first layer? So that's two questions. So the first question is, would you do it when the paint is wet? You can. Well, how about we just do it together? Okay. We'll do it together right now. What I want to say is that with this thing, whatever you put down as your first layer is what's going to be on the top layer when you pull your print. So notice the pink is on top. Now, if I'd done a darker color behind, that might be more obvious, but anyway, the yellow is the base layer on this print, and then the pink is on top of it, right? So so just know that whatever you put down first is going to be on top. So to answer your question, I would imagine if you want your stamped image to be the most viewable in the end print, then yes, you would want to do it on the first layer. And so now we'll do it together. I'm going to get some regular paint. Let's start with a darker color. Okay. And yeah, let's do it this way. Let's see. Sonia's here. Hi, Sonia. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so great question. So I would do it on the first layer, and let's try it when the paint's wet and when the paint's dry. Okay, we'll make two images, and then we'll see which one we like better. Okay, I think it's always, I can just answer you, but also I think it's better if we just experiment together and figure it out, so you can see what both ways, the results of both ways. Okay, so I'm putting a nice thin layer. You don't need a ton of paint. Okay, just a nice thin layer, and we're using Royal Talens Amsterdam paint. Beautiful, wonderful paint. Look at how nicely it spreads. Excuse me, I just need a drink of water. Okay, it's still kind of wet. So let's use my cactus here. We'll just go sideways and we'll make an impression while it's wet. And then we'll lift it off. Looks pretty good. I'm going to see if we can get that paint off over here and maybe use that some other way. Okay. Now we're going to wait until this part is dry, and then I'll do the same thing. And so the bottom half will be wet, the top half will be dry, and then we will pull a print. Okay. And so then we can see what the outcome is together. Let's see if we can work over here now while we're waiting for this to dry a little bit more. This is still a tiny bit wet, but I think we could probably do something. This is my wet media Duralar again. I'm just gonna check it out and see, like, pull a quick one. Yeah, okay, I think it's mostly dry. There were just a couple parts that were kind of a little bit wet. I like these polka dots. Let's get a different color. Hold on. I have so many colors. Oh, this is pretty. Let's try this. Oh wait, we'll just use the blue. That's a really pretty color. Actually, sorry, I keep changing my mind, but I have so many choices, it's hard to pick. So this is the acrylic ink from Royal Talents. Okay, this is turquoise green. One of the best colors. One of the best. Now notice I'm using all the different things so you can see this one is like beating up a little bit. It's partly because of the plate. Okay. So just something to know. And all of plates are different. And, you know, if it's new or if it's been used a bit, they all behave differently. But you can still pull really cool stuff off of this. So this is the smaller piece of wet media. And I'm gonna, oh my God, isn't that so cool? I'm gonna pull this on the back side. I want to get some of this turquoise up here, but I like it to be kind of, ooh, okay, let me get a piece of paper. I want you to see, because it's clear, so it's hard to see. See the turquoise in the background now? But if I flip it this way, the turquoise is like on top, kind of. That's really cool. Wait for that to dry, it'll be even better. Okay, so then I'm going to use this darker blue because I want it to cover more fully. And we're just going to put a little line across the top here. And this color, sorry, I didn't tell you, is ultramarine. Okay, here we go. Let's do this one. It's going to pull some of that turquoise. We're going to get a fun, different kind of color and probably a little bit of beading in there too. It's going to be like mottled. So notice I keep going back and forth until I have a nice thin even coat. Okay, and then I'm going to use the back of my other print because I like to have stuff on both sides, and we're just going to press this down and I'm going to let it sit for a minute. Okay. Robin says, do you have a favorite gel plate company? Ooh, okay. The two main companies are Gel Press and Jelly Arts. And I have used both plates and they both work great. So I don't think I have a particular preference one over the other. Each of them offers something a little different. I know Jelly Arts had, at one point they had a thinner version. Like this gel plate is pretty thick. Can you see? It's nice. It's very, um, you know, it's very durable. It's very high quality, and the thickness is nice. But Jane Davenport had one that was like half the thickness, and hers was because she wanted to use it in her journal, and it was just easier to work with when it was a little bit thinner. And I have that one, and I love it. So it kind of depends what you're going to use it for. I also each of the companies makes, I think Jelly Arts does it more, but I honestly don't remember. But I like some of the shapes because then you can build patterns, you know, using like the circles or diamond shapes or whatever. So I would say I wouldn't buy from a company that isn't one of those two, but they both work great. Okay. So this is pretty dry. It's a tiny bit tacky, but it's as dry as we're gonna get. So I'm gonna put this stamp down so we can test out Robin's question of whether it's better to stamp wet or dry. So I'm pressing it. I'm just letting it kind of hang out for a minute or so, so I can really get a good impression. And then I'm going to gently lift and check that out. Can you even see from there? I mean, it feels really obvious to me between the two, but now we're going to pull a print and we're really going to see which way is better. And again, it's not really better, it's just different and depends on the effect you're trying to accomplish, right? Or your outcome. So this will just give you more information. This is yellowish green. All right. And that's pretty good for a cactus, I think. So let's do that. It's going to look great against that darker blue. So I'm just going to move my paint around. Oh, I put way too much. That's okay. So there I did. I put too much paint. This has got something stuck on it. There we go. Okay. But can you see how you can kind of see the cactus through here? That's what you want. Okay. So now we're going to get a new fresh piece of paper and we're going to lay it down and give it a good burnish. You're welcome. And then I'm just going to see if there's any more paint here. Yep, that also helps it burnish the other side. I'm loving working on this big one. I can like let one sit and play. Ooh, this is cool. This is going to be fun. Have some fun polka dots on a dark blue background, a medium-ish blue. There we go. Check this out. Love this. This is a great background to start. Then you could take your Posca pen and doodle. You know, you can do all sorts of things. You can also, let's do this again. Let's go with the green. Okay, so let's do stripes this time. Just make random patterns. Who cares? All right, we're going to let that sit. I like the streakiness of that. That's pretty fun. Let's see what we got on this side. We've got our two stamped pieces. So now we're going to get to see. And if you're ever pulling up, so I'm pulling up and I can see part of it is like not quite wanting to come up yet, then I'm just going to put it back down and like give it another good burnish. I'm not pressing super hard either, but I'm firm, but not hard. You know, I'm not like trying to dig in, but I'm just giving it a decent amount of pressure. Okay. All right, let's try again. Okay, that was better. Ooh, yes, this is so good. Hold on, I want to see if I can pull some of that up. Nope. Okay, that's all right. Oh, this is so good. Okay, I'm going to let you pick. So I want you guys in the comments. Are you ready? Look at the screen. I'm going to show you this print. Left or right, which one is the dry stamp? Dry paint. And which one, well, just say which one is the dry paint. See if you can guess. I'll get nice and close. So left, right. Which one is the dry paint? It's a big difference, isn't it? So if you want a really good impression, I'm going to wait. I'm going to move on for a second and wait, but you guys guess. Let me know. I want to see if you know. Okay. We're going to hold on to that. Let's see if we can do a transfer. I'm not even going to promise anything. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay. But we'll pick something. I would say if you're yes, left. That's right. Yes. So if you want a good crisp-ish, I mean, you can see some of that paint didn't pull up, but definitely the dry paint on the left is the one that gave you the best image. So nice. That was a great experiment. Thanks for asking the question. Okay, so I would say if you're going to start trying transfers, okay, look for high contrast images. All right. And don't start with your favorite image. Okay. Just practice with stuff you don't really care about. Get a collage soup book or a magazine or something that has text in it, or just stuff you just are like, whatever. I don't know. This might, well, I want you to see what the pattern is. So I like this one too. Let's do this one maybe. Um, who's tried their hand at transfers? And have you had success? The paint matters. The amount of paint matters. There are a lot of factors that kind of matter. Okay. So if you're going to practice transferring and you don't get it the first 5 times or the first 100 times, don't be so hard on yourself because it's tricky. It's tricky. And I think once you get your sort of technique down, then and you stick with it, you'll have success. But you sort of have to just go through it and figure it out for yourself. I can give you some tips. We're gonna try and play with stuff, and we'll see how we go. You see the green that didn't quite lift? That's gonna come through in our transfer, and I'm loving it. I'm going to use this Payne's Gray acrylic paint from Winsor Newton. I don't know why, but I found that this has been the most successful for me. I bet Amsterdam also will work. Okay. And maybe we'll try both. Let's try both. Okay. I'm willing to do as many as we want. Robin said, I did a transfer. I thought it had to be like a shiny paper, but I can't remember. It's been a while. And what collage soup book did you get those pages from? What's the title? Okay, sure. So generally speaking, this is neither here nor there. It's all black and white. This is one of the first books I got of theirs. There's lots of really great stuff. There's, people and fashion, and there's some birds. It's just a good like blend mix of lots of different things. It's really fun for just cutting out and collaging, but also it works great. Ooh, look at that. The Cheshire Cat. It's great for doing this sort of image transfer. These do work really well. Someone that does transfers really well, Kat Kerr, if you follow her, every time she posts them, I'm just like, I'm so jelly because she just is a master of it. And I don't know, I think I need to have her tell me her secrets, but we're going to do it. And I think we're definitely going to be successful because I've decided we're just going to be successful. Hold on. Okay. I had to use my teeth for this. Don't do this. Don't do it at home. Okay, so we're going to start with this. I love Payne's Gray. It's a beautiful color. And so here's what we're going to do. I'll try this one first, okay? And you want to put down your paint and then brayer it out. You need a fairly thin layer, okay? If you have too much paint, it's not going to work. If you have too little paint, it's not going to work. So this is the part where you have to sort of experiment and find your groove, okay? So you want a pretty thin layer of paint. And then you want to have your print ready. And you're going to stick it down and you're going to rub across the top. And I'll walk through this again, but I kind of have to move fast. So I'm just telling you now. And then you don't want to let it sit for too long, at least in my experience. So I rub it kind of a little bit, and then I pull up and I pull a corner and then see if it's good, maybe put it back down for a second. But this is where you sort of have to feel it out for yourself, and then you pull it up and then you let it dry completely, and then you put a layer of paint over and you pull your print. So that's kind of how it works. So let's just do it. We'll do it together. Okay, I think that might be too much paint. We'll see. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna do the bunny rabbit one. So we've got Payne's Gray, Winsor Newton. This one I have had pretty good success with. So I keep this tube of paint only for when I'm going to do a print or when I'm going to try to do a transfer. And notice I'm spreading it out. Oops, I got into the green. That's okay. And I'm making sure it's like paper thin, but not too dry. I might have done it too thin. Let's see. Okay, so now I'm rubbing, I'm checking. I think I did it. It's hard for you to see, but I think I did it. Ooh, okay. Oh, I'm excited. Okay. This is still pretty cool. I'm not going to throw it away. And also I have this side, so I'm going to keep this for later. You guys, oh, this one is so good too. In the Grin, look at, oh, a while ago, I did a journal page and I had these frogs and then I had some of these teeth and I put the teeth on the frogs. It was really funny. Oh, Carol said, I have some success. I think my magazine paper wasn't right. Yeah, that's the other thing. So this is the Collage Soup book, but if you just have regular magazines, you also have to kind of experiment and try it out. And when you find a good magazine, then just stick with it. Isn't that an amazing page? I have so many ideas for using that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to show you this one because it's really fun and cool. It's called In the Grin. Yeah, this is a good one. Amazon has all of these. They also, if you've not used Collage Soup before, they have a lot of freebies on their website. And so if you download their freebies and you want to try to transfer with them, you'll need to print them on a laser printer. So with toner, ink, sorry, not paint, ink, so that let's do purple, so that you can have success transferring. You can't transfer with an inkjet printed image, basically. So this is really dry. It was dry pretty much right away. So now I've got a piece of paper ready. Yeah, let me get a fresh one here. So you just want to have your paper ready to go. And we're gonna roll out the colors, and this is a pretty color. This is from one of the new sets of Real Talents. Okay, notice how it's a pretty thin layer. Okay, I'm not going too heavy or thick with the paint. And then while it's wet, if you're ready to pull the print, you have to put your paper down while that top layer of paint is wet. Okay, it's important. Oh, there's something else I want to show you. After we pull this side and do something, I'm going to show you a whole different medium that isn't even paint. Okay, it's another really fun way to play with your gel plate that a lot of people don't talk about. So we'll do that too. That's fun. What time is it? Okay, we just got to keep an eye on the time. Make sure I'm not. Yesterday, man, we went over so much. Was yesterday Sunday? Yeah, it was. While we're waiting a second, this is what we did Sunday. We had chipboard for our prompt, and I just was like, it's Sunday at noon. We're just going for it. We were online for an hour and a half. Michelle was with me. It was so awesome, and we made this really fun, super layered, textury kind of artboard. So that was really fun. So if you missed that one, go back and watch it. It was a good time. Get your products out and make something fun. Okay, let's see. Drum roll, please. It's pulling up pretty well. Okay, it's not perfect, but I would call this a success for sure. Some of my green came off too. So here we go. You can see the rabbit and you can see some of the flowers. Now this paint is beaded up a little bit, and that's interesting. So we're going to try it next with Amsterdam paint. But look there's my transfer. Pretty successful, I would say. I will definitely use this. You can see that it's a rabbit. I might even like outline it and make it more pronounced, maybe fill in with some other flowers, add more stuff around there to make it more obvious, but I would say that's pretty successful. I don't know what I'm doing over here yet, so let's do another print. Let me find my paint here. We're going to put the Winsor Newton away, and we are going to use Amsterdam because I have so much of it and I love them, and I want to see how it works. Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm looking for a color. I want a really dark color, but not black. Hold on. I have like this dark purple. I think I've used it with you guys already. Oh, it's so beautiful. Ooh, that's a really good color too. I have so many of these little tubes. When I was at Creativation, they gave me little tubes to use, you know, especially for like traveling, it's easier. And then when I went to New York, they gave me little tubes. So I've got a lot of little tubes. Maybe I should gift some to people. Okay, that's not it. I know it's here. Hold on. Just hang with me for one more second. I can't see down in this little well. I just have to. Oh, there it is. Yes, success. Okay. Okay, I can put the rest of this away. Hold on. Hang tight, hang tight. Okay, you guys are amazing. Okay, check this out. I love this color. It's such a good color. If you need a good dark purple or you want like an alternative to black for some stuff, you need to get this. This is Permanent Blue Violet. So beautiful. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I think it looks great. Good job. Thank you. I'm so excited. I just ordered Collage Soup book, Bravely Being Me. Oh, that's wonderful. That's so great. Did you get it from Amazon or from their website or what? Look at what I did here. Do you see these little circles like dot rivet dots? Okay, so you can, I mean, just play. Like you can make anything into an interesting pattern on your gel plate. Look at this. Too cool. Okay, back to work here. Okay, so there we go. Not a ton of paint. It is a kind of a lot, but only because I'm working on a really large surface. I do have my paper ready. I do have this paper ready. We're going to try to do these animals, okay? That's fun, right? Ooh, she's cool, but I'm going to save her for something else. We'll do the animals. Okay. Okay, you guys ready? You crossing your fingers for me and your toes? Wish me luck. All right, let's try again. So now we're using Amsterdam paint. And I think we're going to have some success here. I'm very excited. It's looking good so far. Okay, put those animals down and we're going to rub, 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 rub. And then we're going to pull, pull, pull. I might have rubbed too long. I can still see them. I think it's success, but, or maybe not long enough. Maybe that's my problem because some of it is not super crisp. Maybe my problem is not long enough. Interesting. Okay, now I'm going to use blue, grayish blue. Super pretty. Okay. Oh, this is not totally dry. So my fingerprints are also going to be in here. This is what happens. I'm not patient enough. Okay, we're going to let that sit. Let's work over here for a second. I did put some of that purple paint down and then that's going to pull up. So let's just see if we can get some of that excess. Oh, so good. Okay. Ooh, we got part of a green line right there. That's exciting. Okay, what are we doing over here? We haven't done any stencils yet. So let's get a stencil. I'm moving kind of fast, so I'm sorry for that, but I just want to play and do as much as I can, you know, while we're all here. And I figure the more the better, right? Okay, what about this one? This is not my stencil, but this is a good one. That's a Dina Wakley Supreme. She's amazing. So what I'm going to do for this one, so you could start with just putting paint down and then putting a stencil over it and then picking up a ghost print and then pulling your stencil up or whatever. There's so many ways to do it. But this time I'm putting the stencil down and then I'm going to put paint through it with the brayer. Ready? Watch this. Okay. We'll go with some light pink and we're just gonna put it here and there. It's Persian Rose, really beautiful color. Okay, you guys with me? Are you going to make a tag or something with your stamp? I can. Yeah, I was mostly just gonna show techniques, but we can make one of these into a tag, definitely. How about this? How about we use some of the pulls that we make and we'll do a tag out of it okay, before we finish. It's 10:02, I realize. Look at the, oh man, that's cool. Okay. Yay. Okay, I'm excited. I'm not going to clean the stencil because it's acrylic paint and it's not going to hurt anything. Okay. So that's just how I roll, and I don't care. Okay, I think we're ready to pull this side. This is going to sit for a minute because I'm not ready for that yet. I do want to do something over here. Don't let me forget, okay? When I come back over here, tell me Posca, okay? Because I want to play with some Posca over here. Let's pull this print. Let me go if I'm going too fast, or if you need me to explain something again, if you're new to gel printing or you just have a question or whatever. Let's see what we get over here. Isn't this a pretty color? I know it's called grayish blue, but it almost looks like a dark periwinkle, kind of. It's really pretty. I'm going to stamp off up here. It's a little bit thick. You know how I know it's too thick? It's opaque. If it's too opaque, that means too thick. So you notice I'm like coming over here and taking paint off my brayer because I need to move this paint around. All right, let me move these out of the way. Okay, I just need to pull more paint up. And I want to keep it, and I want to keep it as steady as I can. And it's starting to dry now, so I think I just have to go for it and hope for the best. But it was a tiny bit too much paint, but that's okay. It's okay. All right, I've got a big old mess. So let me just do a little cleanup, clean off my brayer up here in the corner. Okay, how we doing? Wonderful. Okay, thank you. I'm just giving it a good press. Okay, so now I'm gonna come back over here. It's mostly dry. We're gonna get a Posca pen. So I know we were using the moppers, but actually instead of Posca, which we already used and we know it works, let's do my new favorites that you can guess. Sharpie. All right, I've got my Sharpie. You can draw. Let's make some circles. I mean, it's acrylic paint after all, right? But you're not limited to acrylic paint. I want you to know that, which we're going to do that in a minute. But, you know, just remember too, like, as long as it's not piercing through the plate, you can use whatever you want. Okay. Oops, that purple wasn't dry. There we go. Okay. It likes the dots better than it likes the, whatever. We're just doodling, playing around. Let me do a Posca also. We'll do this color. No, we're gonna do bright pink. How about that? Is this helpful, you guys? Are you learning new things? Is there anything you want me to go over that you struggle with or that you just are curious about that I haven't already? Let me know. All right, I've got my pink Posca in here, and just like the Sharpie one, it, you know, it's doing the thing. It doesn't like, maybe I have to shake this one more. There we go. All right, so there we go. We've got a bunch of doodles. Lots of craziness going on. We're gonna let that dry for a second. So, okay, let's check this side. Very helpful, good. Okay, wonderful. All right, here we go. Are we ready? Ooh, I'm nervous. I'm excited. These colors together are so pretty. Very moody and dark, but I love it. I love it. Okay, are you ready? Oh, I'm excited. Look at that. I would call that a success as well. Yeah, I used darker colors, but I did it on purpose. And now I could come in here, you know, maybe I've got my white Posca. Does this one right? Hold on. Hold on. Sorry. There's some new ones, and then there's some that, is this one good? I think it is. Let's see. So anyway, you could come in and let's see, give some little highlights, you know, do your doodles around it, whatever. And Anyway, you can use markers over top and do anything with this now. Okay, let me take it off here. Okay, we did 2 transfers, and I would say they're both fairly successful. Fairly. Okay, what's the next thing? Yes. Okay, we're working on this side. We've got a nice clean slate here, and I want to show you something that isn't paint. I didn't even show you bubble wrap, but we all know bubble wrap. You just like smush it down and pull it up and you get some fun patterns. Okay, let me get this other thing I want to show you. I'm gonna pick some colors. They're kind of like a little bit hard to get to. Orange. What goes with orange? Oh yeah, nothing. I'm sorry. That was rude. Yellow. Let's stand. Well, I don't want yellow. Let's do blue. All right. Let's do blue. I just want some darkish, brightish colors. What if we do this teal too? Okay, we're doing some very random colors, but these are alcohol markers. These are Olos. Wonderful, amazing alcohol markers, by the way. If you haven't used them, they're really, really outstanding. Okay, so I am gonna just, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna doodle. Look at how juicy. So I'm just gonna make like weird random patterns. Boop. Okay. So easy to do too. Have you ever used alcohol markers on your gel plate? Tell me. And then I'm gonna do some triangles. You could draw faces. You know, I love drawing faces. I could have done that. You could do whatever you want. We're just doodling for funsies. That's a nice bright orange. And then we've got like this tealy blue color. What is this one? Oh, I don't even know how to say that. It's BG 7.6. And let's do little starburst. Okay. Anyone use alcohol markers? Oh, you didn't tell me. Tell me. Put it in the comments. Fun. Oh, it's so fun. I used to do this all the time. I had a journal that I just used my Jane Davenport gel plate because it was thinner. It was so nice. And I would just draw and do different stuff with alcohol markers. And then, okay, these are alcohol markers, right? But your alcohol inks that in the bottle, you could pour it out and do your thing and pull a print. It's so fun. It's unbelievably fun. You can use Magicals, Lindy's Magicals, the powder. Put the powder down, spritz it, lay down some watercolor paper. We can do that in a minute. Do we have time? We might go over a little bit, but if you want to see that, I can do that. There's just endless possibilities. I'm not even kidding. All right, now I want, well, we'll just do white, I guess. So what I want to tell you is this is dry. It dries pretty fast. And I'm going to pull a print now. Generally, when I do this, I use gel medium, like the matte medium, the thinner stuff, you know, that you use for like collage glue or whatever. And I put that down because all you really need to pull a print is a wet medium, like paint or gel medium or whatever. Matte medium, the thin stuff. Don't put thick gel on here. It'll never dry. But anyway, do that and then it's clear, right? Or you could put clear gesso. You can put gesso on here. It's paint, right? So anyway, if you haven't tried this, you definitely should. It's really fun. Never use alcohol markers. No, I have not. Wasn't sure I could. Yeah, you definitely can. And it's really fun. So get your alcohol markers, your alcohol ink, whatever brand, they'll all work. Okay, do I have a piece of paper? Yeah, I'll use the back of one. Okay. So we're just going to do white because it's here in front of me, but definitely you can use like a matte medium. Okay, so just know that. But white is fine because we're on white paper, so it'll still look clear. All right, I got a little too much. We're going to wipe off. There we go. That's better. So I have a smaller brayer. I mean, probably if you're doing big prints, have a bigger brayer. But this is fine. It's working just fine. Okay, and then we're gonna do the back of this guy and pull a print, and then we'll go over here now and pull a print. Let's do another color though. Let's see. What do I want? I don't know. Maybe white is okay, or maybe yellow, maybe a lighter yellow even. I got Azo Yellow Lemon. What's this? Is this the same? No, it looks darker. Primary. Okay, let's do this one. There's some wetness here. Maybe I should pull that up. I've got my handy wet media here for picking up excess. Okay, and let's just pull a print with this so we can see this fun doodly thing we just did. Okay, I need more paper. We're going to go on the back of this one. Sure, let's do it. Some of this paint is a little bit wet. You can see the pink is moving, and that's why you want to wait till the paint is dry so that you don't get the smudginess like we're going to get on this one. This is okay because we're just playing around and testing and figuring it out and being curious. But that's why you would wait till it's dry. Okay, sprayer is clean. Okay, how are we doing? Let's see. So no matter what the first layer is, you have to let that layer dry, correct? Yes, unless you're just pulling one layer at a time. There are no rules, right? So if you put one layer down and you pull it and you want to pull it right away, then do it while it's wet. If you want to put something else on top of it, you need to let it dry. Yeah. Or else you get that smudginess like we just saw happen over there. Okay, here we go. Now this is the alcohol markers, okay? I just want you to see how amazing. So once you try this once, like you guys just go get your alcohol markers right now or ink or whatever and try it. As soon as you do it, you're not going to be able to stop. Look at this. It's so good. It's so good. And you can mix this with acrylic paint. Like you could do a layer of coloring, with your marker, and then you could put a little paint over it or, stencil or whatever, and just keep layering and layering. I just did one just to show you that you can do it. But like, how fun is this? The colors are bright and vibrant. It's really, really something. I got really addicted to it for a while, and that's like all I did. Okay, let's check this side. Okay, we're gonna let it sit a little longer. It's not quite ready yet. What are we gonna do over here? We got one more. Let's do our tag. Okay, we'll make a tag. Let's just do a base. We didn't really do much with stencils, so let me get another stencil. Oh yeah, okay. Oh right, here. This is the other thing. Again, I told you we could do this for like 3 hours. So this is sticker paper. So, I mean, it looks white and it's, it is white and it looks like just regular paper, but it is, it's made to be able to go through inkjet printer, and I've got a pack of them, but it's sticky, it's sticker paper. So you can print on this and then cut it up, use it as labels or whatever, or just whatever. You could die cut out of it if you've got flowers or whatever, like whatever die cuts you have that you might want to have a fun pattern out of. Do it on sticker paper, and then you can just and then it's already sticky, ready to go. So that's a fun little tip. All right, let's see. This is one of my favorite stencils, so let's use it. This one is mine. So let's do another technique I haven't done yet. It's very basic. It's something that like a lot of people do, and it's a great way to get started. And I just kind of forgot to show you because I got excited about all the things. So we're going to use some of this turquoise green. Oh, I forgot. It's not going to work. Okay. That's okay. We're going to pick it up with this because I just forgot. We don't want to do that. But that's fun. We're going to use just paint, not ink for this because I do want it to be covering. But look at, I've got a fun background already started, so I'm not sad about that. Okay. Sorry, I might be talking really fast. I'm so sorry. I'm just really excited. What if we do a little mixing? What if I do a little bit of this purple and a little bit of this dark blue? Oops. It's got like a booger here. Hold on. Let's put that on there. There we go. I don't know. Let's just see. What do we get? Okay. Probably too much paint, but that's okay. We're going to make a background on here, and then maybe we'll layer some of our pieces on top. So first thing I'm going to do is lay out the paint. And I want a nice thin layer, kind of all over. Looks pretty good to me. There we go. If you keep going and you start pulling the paint up, that means it's probably dry and you should stop. Okay, now I'm going to put my stencil down and I'm going to pull a ghost print. It's called a ghost print. I don't know why. I guess because it's not the final print you're trying to make, but it's still great. And I'm going to pull the pattern, pull the paint out from where the pattern is in the stencil. Okay, so I'm just pressing down, trying to make sure I get it all. And look at that. Ooh, that's so cool. Isn't that a great stencil? Ooh, I love it. Okay, now you can either pull this stencil up and put a layer of paint down and then pull it. Or if you want the purple and blue, whatever thing we just did, to stay that color, but you want your stencil in between color to be different, which I do, we're going to go pink, see what we get. Then, and you only want the pink to be like in the X's and not, influencing that other color. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Then leave the stencil in place. Okay. Cover your pattern. Then pull the stencil up. All right. Put it aside. Clean your brayer. And then I'm going to let this dry. And then I'm going to put a different color over the whole thing and pull that and see what we get. Now, because I left the stencil on a little bit longer, and I put the stencil down when the paint was still wet, it pulled some of the purple up, so it didn't leave it all. To not have that happen, you would wait for the paint to dry. Hold on, let me think about this. Well, you'd wait for the paint to dry a little bit longer because if you're trying to pull this, it does still need to be wet, but I just put the stencil down a little bit too soon. But anyway, again, something that you would just sort of like play with and find your groove and find your way. So I'm going to let this hang out for a second. We're going to check this side and see how this is going. We're almost done. We'll make a quick tag out of this. Ooh, this is a crazy one. Look at this. My goodness. But it's fun. And again, if you're like, ooh, I made this and this is just crazy, don't think about it as the whole, right? Maybe like this little part over here is going to be a really cool background for something, or a really cool die cut piece or whatever, but overall, it's just really fun that you can literally make whatever pattern you want and have a go with it. Okay. So now we're going to pick another color, and I'm deciding I kind of want to just do white, and then we'll do some other stuff on top of it. I don't want to have too many colors going on. So let's do that. So I've got the Amsterdam white. I've got my what is this? My tag, excuse me. And I put too much paint down. You can see it's very opaque. Okay, you can kind of see the X's through there. That's good. It's a good sign. We're going to wipe it off. And then I'm just going to pull this print. And because it's just this by itself, I kind of want to get another piece of paper so I can really give it a good burnish. That page is fun. Thank you. It is kind of crazy, huh? All right, so then this is just extra. Oh, and look at all that fun purple we got. That was extra. That's pretty cool. All right, let's see what we got for the tag. Oh, nope, it's not done yet. And we could actually cut out this cactus to put on top of it. So I'm just gonna keep pressing. I think I had a little too much paint. Sometimes if your print isn't pulling up quite right, it might just mean, yeah, you have to let it sit longer because you had a little too much paint. No biggie. Real close. Oh, we are over a little bit. So sorry, you guys. Cut your dry cactus out and use on the tag. Yeah, I'm going to do that. That's a great idea. All right, we'll pull this. It's really close. So you can see a little bit of that purple didn't pull up, but I really like the way it turned out. I like that most of them are pink with some purple. This is a really fun tag all by itself, I think. So, all right, I'm just gonna let this sit on top of here. We're done gel printing now. We've done it. I could just sit here literally for like the whole night and just keep going because I have 20 more ideas right now. So, but it's okay. We're gonna call it good. Let me cut out my fun little cactus guy here. And I'll bring over the other prints that we made tonight. Maybe we can use some other ones to add to the background. If that works, we'll see. All right. There we go. Whoops. Okay, we've got a fun cactus to put on top. You know what? I really kind of like these. Oh, remember this? This was the first one we did. That's super fun. But I really like this blue background with these little funky dots in here too. So I'm wondering if maybe I can figure out how to use that. Maybe I'm gonna just tear some of this. I don't know. Which side? Ooh, they're both good. Cut your dry cactus. Oh, okay. Yeah, I already did that. Okay, let's see. That's pretty fun. Ooh, I like it. A little bit too big though. So this is when I just sort of like play around and do what feels good. All right, so I've got a little strip of blue here. That's kind of a fun way to layer this cactus. And then what if we take the other side of this and kind of like just do a little collage-y kind of thing. Yeah, I'm just going to stick it down. I don't even care. Let's see. I've got a glue stick. Any last minute questions or something you want me to try really fast? I know we're a little bit over time, but I'm happy to like hang out for another minute or two if you want me to show you something or you want to ask a question about something. I'm totally good with that. Excuse me. Another fun reason to work on both sides, you can just, it's like double-sided pattern paper, right? You can just, look at how fun that is. I love this. This is so great. Okay, before I stick down the cactus, I think I do want to do a little bit of doodling with like a marker, outline some of that. Let's see, what do we want to use? Maybe pull in some of the yellow. I'll use my brush one. I always use the other one, but let's use the brush one. So let's see, or actually, I think where this is white, I kind of want to just color in a little bit of yellow. Not everywhere, but just a little bit. All right, just in this area. You could also do this with, art sprays or whatever, crayons, all the things that we've been using all along. That looks good. And then a couple little pieces somewhere else just to anchor it a little bit. Maybe a little tiny bit down here instead of going around all that. Yeah, I think that, well, let's do this. Okay, that looks so good. What else? What else do we want to do? What about a little bit of white? I love that tag. I like the torn paper idea. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see if we want white here. Just gonna like do white and then like feather it out so it's not a hard line, but just like a little separation thing. It's not quite working out the way I wanted, but that's okay. Let's see. I don't think I want white anymore though. What else? Maybe that's it. Let's see. I think it looks really fun. Yeah, let's put this guy on here. And it's all paper, so it's totally fine just to use a glue stick. And everything we have here, all of these different patterns and colors and all this fun stuff was made all today, right now, during this live, just impromptu even, just using this tool right here and some paint and paper. And that's literally it. You don't need a lot of supplies. I mean, we had a couple stencils, but I barely use stencils. You saw me do all sorts of other things. So there's more I could do to this. I could do some more doodling. I could maybe like stitch around the edge. Let's see. I could do some black. Just give it a nice little border. You could do whatever you want. Do lots of doodling. You could make a bunch of these tags, and maybe if you like sit down to relax in the evening, watch a show or something, and then you could just like doodle on them. But anyway, here we go. We made a tag using all of our gel prints and the carved stamp from the day. So fun and so easy. Oh, and don't forget about our clear sheets. So let's see. I'm not going to use it, but I just want to show you. Like maybe you want to put it over a little bit. I don't know. You want that cactus to peek through there. It's lots of options. So, all right, let me switch the screen over. We can say goodnight. This was really fun. I had a feeling we were going to go over. I've tried. I didn't mean to go over this much. I'm so sorry, but I literally could be here for like 5 more hours. It's just so much fun. And when you get started with your gel plate, like either have a good amount of time to just play and not worry about the clock, or set a timer, because you're going to get addicted and you're going to just want to do it like all night long. So anyway, yes, it was a great night. Good. I'm glad you're going to start playing. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you so much. I'm inspired by all of you as well. I really appreciate y'all being here and hanging out with me tonight. I hope the rest of your night is great, and I hope Tuesday's great. Tomorrow, real quick, just since we're here, Tomorrow, I think I'm live at 7, pretty sure. And I'll post the link. And tomorrow is watercolor. That's going to be fun. And also number. So if you're carving a number, remember it needs to be backwards. So number and watercolor. So I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. Love you guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good night.